Christmas, I'm Sarah and welcome to Riverside. So this video is going to be a bit of a festive one, just in time for Christmas. So we thought we'd cook up a couple of dishes, slightly different on the Traegers for you, just to give you a bit of an idea of what you can do this festive season. So we've got two things on the menu for you today. The first one is a cherry bourbon pie and the second one is a hot chocolate. So let's get baking. So the cherry bourbon pie, we're going to cook it today on the Ironwood 885. We've already set the grill to 175 Celsius, so that's already heating up. So let's get on and make the crumble. So we've got some oats, we have some flour, some sugar. All the measurements for these will be on the video, so don't worry, I'm not going to say them because I can't really remember them. Some salt and some sliced almonds, and then we've got some butter. So I'm just going to crumble this. It's chilled butter, so you're just going to make a crumble, work it in with your fingers. We actually found this recipe on the Traeger app, and there's hundreds of recipes on there. You can just type in an ingredient that you want to work with. If you want to make cocktails, they've got them on there. They've just got so many, and then you can connect your smartphone to your grill and it will help you set all the temperatures automatically, give you quantities. You can change it to imperial measurements. So it is really, really sophisticated app, which we love. Okay, so this is all worked in now. What I'm going to do is put it in the fridge to chill until we need it later. Now we're going to get on with the filling of the pie. So I have some sugar and some corn flour. I'm just going to mix that together well. Okay. So I'm going to add the strawberries. We've used frozen strawberries. We've let them thaw and we've drained them. So I'll just pop them in. We've got some orange zest and some orange juice. I'm just going to fold it carefully. We don't want to squash the cherries too much, turn them into some mush. Okay, now for the boozy part. So we are going to be using Buffalo Trace bourbon. We're going to put 3 tablespoons of that in. I mean, if you like stuff boozy, feel free to add more. If you don't want a boozy pie, don't add any at all. There we go. We just fold it a little bit more. Delish. Smells so good. Right, so let's get on with the pie crust. So in true Sara style, and if you've seen my other videos, you'll understand, I have some shop-bought pastry, of course. I've lined the skillet with some Traeger butcher paper, and what I've done is I've just crumpled it up so it would be easier to fit inside and mould the shape of the skillet. So let's put the pastry in, and it's going to be rustic, of course. Now I'm going to just pop the cherry filling inside. It's a bit liquidy, so just make sure you don't get any splashes. And I'll just get the sugar, because sometimes what happens is the sugar will just all sink to the bottom. So just scrape it all out. Whoosh. Lovely. Okay, great. So I'll just go and get the crumble from the fridge, and we're just going to sprinkle it over the top. Doesn't matter if it doesn't cover it all, because obviously it's a rustic. And we also like to see it ooze and bubble and just kind of be all gloriously sticky. Okay, just pour the last bit over. Cool. Right, so now the crumble's on, we can pop it in the Traeger. So the cherry pie is in the Traeger. We're gonna let that cook for about 60 minutes. So while that's bubbling away, let's get on with the hot chocolate. We've set the Pro 780 to 80 Celsius and we've loaded that one up with Meat Church pellets. Now it's not got anything to do with meat in it, it's a blend of oak and hickory. So it's going to be really nice and smoky for our hot chocolate. So firstly we're going to smoke some spices. I have a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of nutmeg and a teaspoon of allspice. Just going to mix them together. So it's going to be really festive. And I'm just going to put it on this heat-proof dish and just spread it out quite thinly so it can be a bit smoky. So the spices have been smoking on the Traeger for 5 minutes. We've now removed them. And you can really smell them as soon as they start heating up, and it smells really Christmassy. So we'll pop these to one side and get on with the rest. We're just going to get the rest of the hot chocolate going. So let's put this little hot plate on. We have some milk. Half of this cream. Really calorific hot chocolate, and some sugar. But it's Christmas, who cares? We're just going to stir this all together and get it all nice and warm. So the milk, cream and sugar have come together nicely now. So what we're going to pop in is the cocoa powder. We've got some salt. I'm going to put half of this chocolate in. Okay. And then we're going to add our smoked spices. So again, this was cinnamon, nutmeg and allspice. Okay, now I'm going to add some vanilla. If I can get the lid off. Well done me. And we're going to have a teaspoon of vanilla. Like so. And then we're going to pop our booze in. So again, we're using Buffalo Trace. You can use anything, rum, whatever you fancy. So we're going to add another 3 tablespoons. Now if you want to make a virgin hot chocolate for all the rest of the family to enjoy, just leave the booze out. Okay. So I'm just going to get the whisk and whisk this to get all the lumps of the cocoa powder out. Okay, so we've whisked through the cocoa powder, the chocolate and the sugar and everything, and it's all come together really nicely. There's no lumps now. So what we're going to do while we're waiting on our pie is put this on the Traeger on the keep warm mode, which is 75 Celsius, and then I'll tidy up my mess. Okay, so the cherry pie has been cooking just over an hour now. We cranked the heat up towards the end just to help reduce the liquid. It was a bit of a wet pie, so let me just get that out. Okay. Ooh. So this is going to be super hot. So we'll just let this cool down for a bit, and while that's cooling, I'll just get the hot chocolate out. Definitely going to dribble it down the side of the glass. Here goes nothing. And a little bit more. Okay, so we saved some cream, and me and my colleague Fran had great fun in whisking it. So let's pop some cream on top of the hot chocolate. Okay. Yum. And pop some marshmallows on the top. Just with my fingers. And some chocolate that we saved over it. Whoosh. Delish. Okay. So let's see if we can take the pie out now. Okay. So let's try and cut a piece. So we've served it with some vanilla ice cream. Okay. That's really good. And let's try some hot chocolate. I'm just going to stir it because I know it'll just go all over my face. Very festive. And I haven't even dribbled it down me. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for watching.